So beside me, I've got one of Mountfield's newer products to come to market, and this is the Mountfield SP185 Li, and it is a cordless rotary mower. Now, for any of you guys that are looking to replace petrol or even to buy your first mower, is cordless really an option for you? So in this video, we're going to assemble it, we're going to do a first cut, and we're going to see what this machine's all about. And there's probably a host of other questions you've been asking yourself. So will this machine be able to replace a petrol equivalent? How long will the battery last? Can it cut thick, long, lush grass? And also, how easy is it to maneuver? And if I was to buy it online, how does it turn up? And how do I put it together? And the thing with this machine is they've actually based it on one of their ever popular petrol models that you can buy online or from a dealership, and that is the SP185. So being so popular, what they've done is now they put a battery system on the top so you can have it in cordless form. Now I think the one thing that might surprise you the most is the attractive price. This mower currently retails at £455 including the VAT. That is a lot of machine for your money. But is the price reflected in the quality? I think we ought to find out. Right, so before we can do some cutting, I think we ought to open up the box, see what's inside, and see how easy it is to assemble. We can also charge up the battery, ready to do some mowing. And there's one brand new mower. Now, if you're looking to buy this from a specialist dealer, you'll tend to find that it'll be fully assembled and ready to mow. But if you're looking to buy it and come direct to your doorstep from an online retailer or Mountfield themselves, then it will generally turn up in a box. So I think it's time we see which nuts and bolts we've got and how we put it together. Now I suggest the first step, as you're all going to be eager beavers to get out and cut your lawn, is to get that battery charged. So we've got one charger there, we've got a fast battery charger, and we've got a 48-volt battery. So let's get these plugged in and charged up. And let's take a look at the rest of the bits you get in the box. You've got top cover, you've got your handles, you've got your frame for your handles. Ooh, that's nice, quite posh that. And then you have your grass box bag, like so. You have your bottom frame, like that. A bag of nuts, and some screws. So let's start off with the handles, and then we'll put the grass bag together. And in with the bolt the other side, and on with the wing nut. Right, and this is where you might need an extra pair of hands. It can get a little bit fiddly, so you put your extra long bolt through, put your washer on the end like so, and then do up your wing nut on the top like that, while holding the handle and everything together, and just do the same the other side. And then that is your handles all put together. And there's a little bung that I actually had to open the instructions about, and on the back of your flap there's actually a hole just there that you push that in, and what that does, that allows a little bit of a rubber stop like that to allow the grass to discharge out the back of your machine, and I'll show you a little bit about that later. And the next step is to get the grass box together, so we'll push the mower out of the way, and we've got the top bit, the frame, and the bag, and all there is two washers and two screws. So first of all, we are going to put the frame into the bottom of the box. So that sits in there like so. Those two little metal ends go into the recesses of the plastic, like that. Push those down, and then in there we'll put our screws and our washers to keep that all in situ. And then clip the front of your grass box frame to the clip on the grass bag itself, just like that. You do that at the front, do it on the sides, and then there's a little seam around the back edge of the box itself, just like that, in which you pop in to the rails, and do that all the way around, and then you've got your grass box. And that was good timing. We are fully assembled and the battery is now charged. So we can hook our grass box on, pop our battery into the slot, and we can get out into the garden and do some mowing. Now literally we have had 4 seasons within 1 month. We are in the middle of March and we've had snow, we've had hail, we've had rain, and we've even had sun. And not to mention, even the mornings have been a little bit frosty, but the grass is starting to grow now and we want to give this lawn its first cut. We've got some long grass areas, we've got some short grass areas, and we've even got some thatchy areas which will hopefully push this machine to the limits. So let's drop the height down slightly and get mowing. The Mountfield SP185 Li is a cordless 48 volt battery powered lawnmower designed for homeowners. It features a 46cm cutting width, making it suitable for medium sized lawns up to 400 metres squared. The kit we have is supplied with a 5Ah battery and fast charger, and this allows the operator to charge the battery up within 2 hours from flat. Alternatively, you can purchase a second battery and keep this in the dummy slot under the hood. Once the original battery is depleted, you can swap them over to keep on mowing. Right, I think it's time to empty the grass box. Now, I have got a bit of a bugbear, not with just this machine, with this type of grass box full indicator. Now on the back you have a little plastic flip up flap that is meant to shut down when the grass box is filling. Well, this one isn't quite working at the moment. I know it's a windy day and it probably needs a little bit of work on there to get that flapping about, but they never work particularly well. So I am having to have a look inside the grass box to see how much grass we've got. Now it's collecting well, and I've done, what have I done? Probably 8 or 9 passes. The finish is looking really good as well, but I think I could probably collect a little bit more grass before I empty the grass box. Now my grass box full indicator is actually working, so I know that I haven't filled it up yet. I'll tell you what, I'm actually quite liking this machine. It's nice and lightweight and it's really easy to use. So I wonder what the battery's doing. How much life have we got left in this battery? 2 bars, down to about 50% charge. Now I have done a wrap of, should we say 15 by 8 meters, something like that. So if we doubled that, pretty decent. Let's go and try in some longer grass. The mower has a 60 litre grass collector, which means you can mow more before needing to empty the bag. It offers 6 adjustable cutting heights ranging from 22mm to 65mm, giving you the flexibility depending on how short or long you want to keep your grass. Right, I think I better empty the grass box before I tackle that long stuff there, because it's only fair that you got room in the grass box to chuck it. And we are getting a little bit fuller. Grass. Now let's whack it up to its highest height and see what it performs like. It weighs only 25 kilos, is fitted with a steel body and has the added bonus of self-propelled wheels, which makes it easy to manoeuvre around the garden and is perfect in tight corners or long edges. The handle is also adjustable to different heights, which means you can adjust it to suit the gardener. Question is, did it block? No, it didn't. Winner! Now I mentioned at the start of the video that little tiny knob that goes underneath the flap, which keeps a gap between the flap and the deck of the machine. And the reason behind that is then you can rear discharge. So if you don't want to collect the grass, just pop it right out the back. Oh, my battery might have run out. Has my battery run out? It has! It has run out. But I was pushing it through some long grass and we've cut a fair amount of the lawn as well. But the handy thing with this one, as I mentioned earlier, is you've actually got 2 battery ports. So you can buy another 5 amp hour battery, put it in there. Once that one's depleted, swap it across, swap that one in, and you're ready to go. Anyway, let's round up. Okay, so let's start off with some of the pros I like about this machine. First off, I think the Mountfield brand is synonymous for that heritage. I can remember my grandfather owning a Mountfield Major M4. So for any of you people out there that have had old vintage lawnmowers, you'll know what I'm on about. Now, Mountfield obviously historically have been making machines for many years. So they've got the engineering and they've got the productivity to produce fantastic machines. And I certainly think they've done a pretty good job here as well. And you can't shy away from the price. At £455, it's an absolute steal. On about steel, it's a steel deck. There's not many cordless mowers on the market that have a steel deck. So if you like that sort of older school machine, but you still want to go cordless, then it's certainly a good option for you. I like the fact that this machine is built on their petrol version that's been on the market for several years. So you know you're just buying into a cordless system that's tried and tested. It's a simple design, it's got a gearbox which is belt driven and just the one motor to think about. You also have the flexibility of the battery power source, so you can buy this as a kit, and then if you're looking to expand the range, you can use this battery in the rest of their tools. And what sets the Mountfield brand apart from a lot of other competitors on the market that are on a budget platform is you have the backup and warranty from specialist UK dealers. Now, the machine itself is only single speed. It's a comfortable walking pace, it's not fast, it's not slow. If you do like getting on to cut your garden and get it done as quickly as possible, then maybe you want to push this one a little bit faster, but then what do you expect for this sort of price point? And the last point you may want to consider is obviously this machine is only designed for medium-sized lawns and areas, perhaps if you've got a large lawn, that you could utilise this around the edge or all those awkward areas. But if you would buy a secondary battery, it will cost you probably in excess of £150, which then begs the question as whether or not this is more of a budget-friendly option for you. Because if you're chucking £150 onto a £450 machine, it's then bringing it up to that £600 mark. So you've got to weigh up those options of whether or not you want to buy that secondary battery. But for what we've done today here, it's ticked all the right boxes. So there we go, that is the Mountfield SP185 Li. Now, if you want to see more in the way of Mountfield products, we put a link in the description. And if you like this video, we've also dropped a link below, which you might be interested in. Anyway, we're Machinery Nation. We bring you product videos every week all about tools and machinery. We hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.